You normally ride in the middle. You normally bring me back to earth, whether I'm too high or I'm too low. Boy, I tell you what, John, you don't sound like you got a lot of confidence in this team. Not specifically on Jalen, but just in this team these last couple of weeks, man.
Well,
Yesterday I was joking. You had
I
me
don't like the
depressed.
whole I don't like the whole process of this offense and where they arrived at this offense. Like that's what I don't like. Hey, I don't like the copycat nature of it. That people know that. I've been saying
Yeah,
that for
you
years.
emphasize, yeah.
I don't want followers. I want leaders. I don't want to be 2 years behind. You think you're copying Kyle Shanahan and Sean McVay. You're not because they're ahead. They're not doing what they've moved on. Um, so I don't like that. I don't like the process of where they got to Sean Mannion. I didn't like that. You know, you can be that you can be lucky. You know, oftentimes it's better to be lucky than good. They did that. They didn't want Doug Peterson. They didn't want. They didn't go into that wanting Doug Peterson. They didn't go into Nick Sirianni wanting Nick Sirianni, and it worked out. So it might work out, but I don't like I still will never like the process of how they got there. And then, you know, I don't think the whole sentiment of this offense fits the quarterback. So I think I don't understand that. Don't understand it. You know. And you know, the nice middle ground is pistol, and that's what they rolled out, a little bit more pistol. And maybe that's the the ground point. Maybe that's where they end up. Because they went under center last year to help out Saquon because it makes things easier for Saquon. And I get that because Saquon's got to be the guy. So you have to make things as easy as possible for Saquon. I agree with that. But you can do that from pistol, and still give them options on both sides. And rather than under center, and maybe that's the middle ground we're looking for, or I'm looking for. I don't know what everybody else is looking for,
Yeah.
but and which should make it easier on Jalen. And by the way, keep the RPO and zone read stuff in as well if you need it.
Which will be harder to do if they're under center more, right? I mean, obviously you
Oh,
can't
you
run that
can't
from
do
under
it from
center.
under
Yeah.
center. Yeah,
But I mean,
that's
if how much are they going to be under center? Like percentage wise, what would be your estimate?
that's a good
50,
question.
40?
No, more than that. That's a good
Oh, really? You
question.
think it'll be over 50% under center?
Well, I meant to look that up. How much they were under center in Baltimore. Now it's different with Dalton. It's probably a
Yeah,
lot.
definitely different with them.
Yeah, so yeah, I mean, going in, I think that it's an evolution. Going in, the idea was they were going to be under center a lot, and that's what I didn't like. Um, so they were 75.4% in 2025 in the gun. It went down to 35.3, and that's probably the gun and pistol. I don't know. I'm just reading. That's probably my guess is that includes pistol because they do a lot of pistol now. Not a lot, but so there's your number, 75 to 35.
So, do you think I'm crazy to be optimistic that Jalen has a much better year passing the football this year because of the variance that they're adding to the offense?
Oh yeah, you're crazy. No, I mean they don't have a good passing team, and that's not Jalen Hurts' fault.
Well,
I don't
whose
even
fault
think
is it?
I don't think they want I think they want an efficient passing team. I don't think they have the talent any longer. I mean, I get it. Last year was a disaster. Believe me, I get it. But like that what they're trying to do now is so anti what Jalen Hurts has done for 11 years, 10 years. It's like, at what level, I keep bringing it up, at what level does that make sense? I mean, it only makes sense when you realize that it's not about Jalen Hurts, it's about Saquon Barkley. And I've said from the very start, the improvement in the passing game, if it does come, is related to being in more manageable situations.
Well, I think that at that point, I think is great. I mean, just because, I mean, look, like you said yesterday, 3rd and 12, doesn't matter who you are. It's not easy to run offense from that. So I think that point is good. But
Well, no, well, yeah. I
I'm a
mean,
lot more optimistic that this passing game can just be. I'm not saying it needs to become the focal point of the offense, but I do think it's going to become a more efficient, better version of of what it's been. I don't think the offense this year, at least I'm hoping, is not the
but all I'm
deficiency of the
saying is
team like it was a year ago.
that could happen, but that will be tied to the running game, not vice versa. That will be tied to the efficiency in the running game. The running game
And is there
good
any schematic advantage you're expecting from what they're trying to do differently for the receivers?
for the
Like, for example, I know you hate that word. Scheme guys open.
well.
Oh gosh. Whenever I see that J-Max smile, I know something's coming.
Did they scheme guys open in Baltimore? I mean, those are the guys you need to scheme open. Players over plays. We said it 100 times yesterday because one of the viewers brought it up. Players over plays. Players over plays. Players over plays. Nick Sirianni's first interview to be an offensive coordinator at Mount Union, he got yelled at by Larry Karras. Players over plays. First one. And they have lesser players at wide receiver.
Players over plays, but plays aren't. They don't not matter at all. Maybe the degrees of their importance is.
No, of course you'll see
what
the bootleg stuff work early in games. You see it all over the NFL because so many teams run this scheme now, and everything's so similar. So you'll see the bootleg stuff, and you'll see the easy throw to the flat, and again, oh, he schemed him open, and then you get redundant. You're running that for the 4th time in the second half, and everybody's all over it, and you're wondering what's going on. So there's times, and this is, and I always bring up that discussion I had with Doug Peterson, who says, there's times when you have the perfect play call dialed up, and you got them. They're in the right look, and they're not going to be able to handle what you just called, and the left guard misses a block, and nobody knows it. Oh, that was a shitty play. Nobody knows it. And then there are other times where you got caught by the defense, and for whatever reason you couldn't kill or get out of the play, and you're running a play into a bad defensive look, and everything looks like shit from a coach's perspective. And AJ Brown goes and makes a play on a 50-50 ball, and everybody's happy. So yeah, I mean, plays matter. I'm not saying
Yeah,
they don't
that's
matter.
what I mean. Isn't there an inverse to that where, oh, I have great players and normally they win, but I didn't put them in the best position on that play, and that's what ultimately cost
Yeah,
us.
I mean
I
that's a
agree. The
big.
players are more important. I mean, that's obvious. That's why people pay
I don't
big
think
money
it's
for the
obvious to a
players.
lot of people, including some of the coaches.
Well, people look for cop outs and scapegoats. I mean,
Um,
that's not changing. So we had a cut. Wait, you'll love this. We got a super chat yesterday, and he basically set up when the Eagles' offense doesn't have a good year this year. This is the words of this guy, not myself. It will be because once again they hired an inept coordinator, basically already giving himself the cop out of where to blame and who to blame if the offense is no good. So
yeah, I
people,
mean
that's
yeah. Well, if you can go back to the litany since I've been here, they didn't like any play callers. There's revisionist history with Kellen